You know, there's a new saying I've coined, which is one good smokehouse deserves another. We had gone over to some friend's house and they were smoking a brisket for dinner. They chose to smoke some chicken for lunch, and we thought, well, we got a big old turkey. We killed that and brought that over and smoked that as well. So we had a brisket, some chicken, and a full turkey going at the same time in a smokehouse, and their smokehouse looked somewhat similar to this. It didn't have that whole off section to hold the wood and stuff like that, and there's some other modifications, but a smokehouse was something that was on my wish list, my dream list for years. And when I finally encountered one in real life where they were hot smoking, they had the fire right in the floor, and I got to taste what comes out of there, I thought I need to go home and build one of these. So that's exactly what I did, making a few modifications on the way, trying to take the original design that functioned well and keep that intact, while then adding some things that could potentially benefit it as well. Really happy with this. In fact, a buddy of mine from Shalom Acres contacted me a bit ago and he said, hey, what would you change about that? And I thought about it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks first. I told him, okay, let me think and I'll get back to you. And I'm like, I really can't change too much. Like, I like so many aspects of it, I don't think I can mess with it much. He's probably gonna build one, from the sounds of it, but you know, when I got to check it out, I said, that's it, I'm going home, I'm building one. I had a friend pass through the state, and he was picking up some stuff for his nursery business. I said, well, you guys are in the state, come over. I said, we've been over your guys' neck of the woods quite a few times. You guys have never been here since you're in the state anyway. Stop in, I'll fire up the smokehouse, make some smokehouse burgers, and taste and see, you know, what you think of it. And it wasn't too long after that he said, okay, I'm building the smokehouse. So I sent him a link to the, Smokehouse playlist, gave him an opportunity to look through some of the things that I did, and then we stopped in over there as he had begun to start building it. And they had two goals in their life. The one was his greater family, the extended family, was going to try to butcher between 650 and 700 chickens in one day. The next goal was to fire up his smokehouse the next day. Now when I stopped in, I thought, you guys got a long way to go. I stopped in on one day, the next day he was gonna try to work on it, the next day they were gonna butcher all those chickens, and the next day had hoped to have it fired up, and I said, wow, you guys might need some help in two different areas. So what we chose to do was to head up, our family of 10, and really, at least the top 8 of our children are extremely helpful in a situation like, butchering some chickens. So we came up, we helped the family, we got somewhere over 650 chickens done in one day, helping out with them. And then after we were done with that, I went over to start working on the smokehouse. In preparation, I did a little bit here to prepare some of the racking system and other things that I was gonna bring over that he wouldn't need to worry about. And then I went over to help him out. So I'll show you real quickly some of what we did. Yeah. So a couple cool things that happened with that is the guy can build. So he had a lot of experience, but then also I've built smokehouses, done quite a bit of oak, just board and batten building stuff. His was pine, but just the board and batten, rough buildings, and had quite a few discussions along the way. I learned some stuff, he learned some stuff, worked out really well, came together really well. He sent me a picture, and I'll insert that now. Yes, yesterday, from the time I'm filming this, yesterday they fired it up for the first time. I'm still waiting for a progress report of how that went for them. But when I say one good smokehouse deserves another, when people can actually see how simple it is, how well it works out, that's when a domino effect type thing happens. There's so much that comes out of here. We did some chicken leg quarters a bit ago. That's just some of the cheapest chicken meat you can get. Go get a big old bag of leg quarters, and they were a little fatty. I'll tell you what, after smoking them, it was like chicken brisket. It was so good. The briskets out of here, the carp out of here, the Smokehouse burgers. I'm never grilling a burger again. Smokehouse burgers, absolutely insane, the way to go. The guy who I was just helping build that smokehouse, when his family tasted it, his oldest daughter was like, "This is the best burger I've ever had in my life." I said, I know, it's so good. So when I say that this smokehouse has changed our life, it absolutely has. What a blessing. And when we had our concrete pour for our root cellar, we had a good crew come over. I did like 40 some smokehouse burgers for lunch, and then I did just a pile of chicken for dinner. Man, we had a meal that night with some people. I sent some chicken to 2 different neighbors here. And then I think we still had another 3 or 4 meals off of it that we were able to eat as a family. You can do so much at once, and then of course too, to smoke up that stuff, and then like if you reheat it later in the house because you did so much, you intentionally made leftovers, because yes, we eat leftovers. When you heat that up in the oven, it makes the entire place smell so amazing. It's just such a blessing. We enjoy it so much. It just, love that smell, love that flavor, and love especially, like what I said with the family of 10, being able to cook in bulk. This allows for some bulk cooking. Anytime we got something going in there, we're shoving other things in. It also expedites the process of, if I have extra animals around that I don't need, this is incredible encouragement to cull them, to quit feeding them, to put them in, our bellies, put them in store, and we're able to enjoy that. And then of course we've got some meat chickens coming up ourselves here, and one thing I like is having whole meat chickens. I like having whole meat chickens in the freezer that then we can heat up and enjoy and cook. But if I smoke them first, okay, then they're going to be fully cooked and they're going to be smoked. So if I freeze whole smoked chickens, boy, power goes out, we can eat them just like that. I don't have raw chickens. They're tasty and they're cooked. But also then if I pull it out and put that in the oven, woo! My wife has had a new catchphrase or a new phrase in her vocabulary, and sometimes, oh man, that's so good. And then she'll go, smokehouse, good. She'll use this as an opportunity to gauge the rest of life by. And if something's, it can be okay, it can be good, it can be excellent, it can be smokehouse good. Like, that is the top tier of the life that we get to enjoy, is things that are smokehouse good. So cool thing. Probably going to build some more. I was talking with the guy yesterday. He wants to just lay his eyes on it, grasp it all, and get one up hopefully before deer season. Know some other people as well, because one good smokehouse deserves another. Would you guys like a smokehouse like this? I only spent 300 and some bucks on here. Do you guys think this is something you would like on your property, or do you live somewhere you wouldn't be able to have one? Anyone have any goals or intentions of actually building one? Let us know in the comment section below. I've got some things to do with this root cellar today, so we'll see you next time. Papa out.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. So funny.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's because you know.